Hi, it's me, Ro, author of Speaking from Spirit, and here is your February 2023 energy alert. So, February is a 9 month in a 7 global year, so you're going to get ready to purge and maybe purge some more. So, that 9 is about really clearing out and decluttering and getting rid of all that we don't need. But it's not just on a material level, like doing our closets and our basement and our garages and our cars and whatever else that our filing cabinets. It's also about getting rid of old habits or belief systems or ideas or pain bodies that no longer serve us and that keep getting in our way. So, first, there may be some revelation or epiphany about some things that maybe are in your life that are not serving you or even toxic. But the 9 is going to help to magnetize them out or give you the impetus to release them. And or sometimes the universe has the way of taking away what is no longer needed in our life and not allowing us to go back to it in some way. So, whatever goes, that's the message. Whatever goes is supposed to go. It is divinely guided. It is your soul's will. Think of it like that. If there's anything that's creating energy drains on you or creating chaos or drama, it will simply have to be released this month. That's how things are going to go. Now, anytime that there's an ending, even when we want it, even when we go from first grade to second grade or graduate high school and go on to the next phase of our life, there's always grieving. That's just how we're built. We're human. And even if we go, I want to let go of this or this phase is over of my life, there's always a grief or mourning. Honor that. Do not deny it. Do not suppress it. Do not make it wrong. Just know that it is part of the 9 of letting go. For some of us, there may not be deep grief or mourning, but what there might be is like a melancholy. So if that's happening, like you're thinking of something, you're reminiscing, or there's a nostalgia about what was, then, there might be some melancholy feelings around it. That's fine. Again, honor them all. Don't make any of them wrong. You don't have to live there. Just let them have their voice and be there. Um, it may be celebratory in that, these changes are happening. This is great. And I can't wait to go to the next part. But the next part really doesn't start until next month. So whatever is going to begin, or even if you don't know it's going to begin, it'll be more like in March that happens. Um, now, 9 also resonates with rewards. So if you've been working hard at something, or you have been doing your due diligence with something, or putting a discipline to something, then this is the month where all that might pay off and where the harvest comes in and where you see the rewards of your efforts. And sometimes you're also recognized in a 9 month or a 9 energy for your efforts and your achievements. It's definitely not time to start something new, but it may be time to think about what you want to start new. So you might think about, I always wanted to take French lessons, so maybe I'm going to look into that and maybe see what course would best serve me or what app or program. But it's not really the time to start it, but it would be the time to maybe do some research on it. It's a very highly intuitive month. So literally as you think something, it may come to pass. Like, you're thinking about, having a piece of apple pie, and the next thing somebody's at your door, your neighbor bringing you an apple pie, and you go, did I instantly manifest that? And it might have been that you were just on the wavelength of picking it up that someone was going to be bringing you an apple pie. But it's a highly intuitive soul. It's a soul guided year. That's just how the 7 is. It's a soul guided year. But this month, your intuition will be spot on. So you want to listen to it and you want to follow it. And you don't want to resist that, because then it will have to pull your hair to kind of get your attention for sure. Because of this seven energy, which is spirit and soul, the soul of us, or the spirit of us, but also divinity, know that whatever transpires in this whole year is definitely soul guided and is your soul taking over and saying, this is the direction or this is the destiny. And it's not going to have a lot of room for the ego self of us, or even like just the unaware self of us trying to step on its toes or miscreate. So we could surrender to that and just allow our spirit to take the lead and then trust and surrender, which are very seven energies, to whatever it is, and accept that whatever is showing up in our life is exactly right. Has a purpose, and it has sometimes a message for us. So, and the seven energy really resonates with hope. So in a 9 month, sometimes things could really look bleak and hopeless. Like, I just don't see how this is ever going to change, or that it's ever going to get better. And I feel hopeless. And that may be a true feeling of what your limited or human mind could see. But because we're in the seven spiritual energy, anything can happen, anything is possible, and miracles do occur. And so sometimes we get this lifeline that will help us to renew our hope, especially in a hopeless or what looks like a hopeless situation. So pay attention to that and then expand and build that hope. Like, I'm holding the hope, I'm anchoring it, and I am expanding that. Now, the meditation series this month, if you're part of that, is about grounding and being in our body and being present. And we did a really good energy chakra balancing in that, and it cleared our energy center so we could hold more light and more vibration. So, but those grounding exercises are really good to do if you want to ground in energy. So not just to ground your body or ground to your body or ground to the present moment, but to ground something into your being. Like, I'm grounding that energy of faith. I'm grounding that energy of hope into me. So if you're doing that practice, you want to maybe even add that in. So this is a month to get in touch with your true desires, February, right? So it's Valentine's, it's the full moon's in Leo, which is on the 5th, and the new moon is in Pisces, which is a very high spiritual, compassionate sign, also delusional could be, on the 20th. So you could really get in touch, like, with what does my heart's desire, what is that? So, and it could seem like really crazy, but spirit has a way of manifesting it in just the right way, not necessarily the literal way or the way we think, but like the perfect and design way. My point of this is that any heart's desire is a destiny waiting to be fulfilled. And so you want to get in touch with that. What does my heart truly desire to experience, to create, to manifest in my life? What do I really want to experience? This would be the month to kind of really feel into that, and then use that energy of hope that I'm going to bring it around. So I want to see what the messages are for this month. And I did pull some cards first. So I pulled from the Crow Tarot deck. And the card I pulled was the Five of Wands. Yes, the Five of Wands. So the crows spar in the sky, and each crow brings with it a different color wand, symbolizing diverse histories, philosophies, and backgrounds. Although on the surface the conflict may look violent, the crows are competing in a cordial manner and not battling to the death. This card suggests that out of a friendly debate, a good amount of progress moves a project forward. The Five of Wands may denote a meeting that brings various groups together to solve a single problem. Well, let's look at that on a global level. What if all the nations came together to decide exactly what to do with this Ukrainian war and agreed? they all have different perspectives and different points of view and backgrounds. What if we all came together to decide how to handle in a pandemic crisis, or on a more national level, a gun violence crisis? Certainly, that keeps coming up, and anything that is repeating is calling our attention, asking us to get a message, asking to reveal a message, and then help us to understand how to release it or solve it. But what if we all came together instead of argued our points? On a personal level, where in your life can you see different points of view, or get different opinions or information that could help you to discern what is the best course of action? Now, this says the Five of Wands may denote a meeting that brings various groups together to solve a single problem. So, what is a singular problem in your life that maybe you can enlist the help of experts? Because it's a 7, you want to take information and feel if it feels true to you. Not just take everything at face value, or throw your own opinion out the window. And it's not your opinion, and it's not what you think. It has to be what feels true. Like, this feels true for me. But I think this card is saying that what we can do is collaborate with others from different perspectives on the same situation that may be helpful to us in some area of our life. The next card I pulled was from the Animal Spirit deck. And what I asked before I pulled these cards was, what does this group need to know that's listening to this? So this is our message. This was the Penguin. The period of darkness that you have been experiencing is now passing. So for some of us, the fall of last year brought up some stuff, and January may have kind of made us sit still with that stuff. So maybe this card is saying it is passing. You've endured hardships in your life, sometimes gracefully, sometimes awkwardly, yet they've taught you life lessons that have been invaluable in forming the person you are today. These experiences have influenced the kind of personality and character you possess. However, the path you've taken has ultimately been influenced by the choices you have made in response to those experiences. So by the choices we make in response to any experience determines the path we're going on, dark or light, and what comes next. This is especially true with your most recent cycle, one that has presented many challenges that you've dealt with successfully. That period of travail is passing, and whether or not that you're aware of it, it has contributed significantly to your spiritual growth. Emerging from this period, you'll still be faced with a few challenges, but you'll readily face them. So, Tom Brady, the football player, he just said, I don't know, gave some interview and was saying, I want my kids to fail. That's how they learn. That's how they develop resilience. That's how their character comes out. And that's, in my terms, what it would be whenever we have a crisis, challenge, or failure. What do we take it to? Do we take it to our ego that's going to spin stories and then live those stories of pain bodies? Is it going to, make us wrong or bad or flog us and keep us like small with that? Or are we going to take it to our spirit, and our spirit's going to say, well, let's see what we learned. Let's see what we could do with this. Let's see how we might be able to spin this into gold, or let's see how we can repurpose this experience and use it for the betterment of others. Your spirit's always going to say, remember, this was an experience. It does not define who you are. Ego's going to go, this is the way you are because of this, and give us lots of reasons to be miserable. So it's not the experience, it's which part of us is handling it. In my terms, I would put it, is it your ego handling it, your lower self, which are going to create little demons, or is it your higher self, which is going to, lead you to your glory and light in this? So, but the Penguin is telling us we're moving past it. So there we go. That means that whatever we went through, our spirit handled. All right. So, some things, just looking at my notes. there anything else about this 9 month? No. So I don't have any. I don't have any library events this month, but I do have a virtual past life regression on February 15th, day after Valentine's Day. Virtual, meaning you're in your own house or your own car or wherever you're going to do it. And it's a 2 hour guided meditation. We're going to journey into hopefully other lives. Now, they could be in the past, they could be in the future, they could be parallel lives, they could be, you might not even go to any other lifetime, you might go back to something in this lifetime that has to be addressed. So, you could go to my website for that. It's www.rosemarie, Marie, not Mary, rosemarierubinetti.capiello.com. And under the schedule of events, go to past life regression and you can sign up. And then I'll send you the link. And then we are going to work very personally together on this. And we're going to get some insights and some things about other lifetimes that may be affecting, enhancing, hindering, or help, or otherwise helping or continuing on in this lifetime. What else? We are, if you want to purchase that meditation series, so every month I'm doing this guided meditation. It's about 20 to 30 minutes long. I'm going to send a visual version like this and also an audio version. You could download them and then use them all month long. So there was one in January where we did the mind discipline of just learning how to quiet our mind. And then this month is more of a guided one. It's a chakra balancing, but we did start with some sun breaths to ground and root to the earth, some yoga sun breaths. So again, there's a visual and an audio version. So if you want that, go to my website and go to the readings and services, and on that drop down will be the meditation part. So that's it. Next month, March, is a 1 month, and it's my birthday month. But besides that, it's a 1 month in this numerological year. So it's going to be about new beginnings and new starts and things starting to get off the ground, and really where we're going to start to see how this year may be shaping up for us, how this year is, or how our destiny is kind of pulling us forward, and what this year may really be about will kind of be revealed next month. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of it. It is me, Ro. Happy Valentine's Day. It is the month of love. So happy Valentine's Day, and I hope to see you on some of my events. If not this one, there's lots of free library in-person ones coming up throughout this year. And if not, hopefully I'll see you next month here. Thank you, and it's me, Ro, wishing you peace.